We're recording. All right, my friends, thank you so much for joining us. I'm Ericka Champion-Wise, an elite independent consultant with Paparazzi Accessories, and I have here some of my favorite people in the world. They are also elite in paparazzi, and today we're talking all about recruitment. We are going to give you some of our biggest and best tips to use to grow your personal team. We want you to take these. We want you to use these. We want you to keep using these. Even if they don't work the first time, try it twice, 10 times, 20 times. Just keep using them so that you can grow and have the success that you want in paparazzi. So today, the first up is Miss Amber. And Amber, take it away, girl.
All right. Hi, everybody. My name is Amber Griffie, and I'm a fashionista. I started with Paparazzi in October of 2016, and I'm the leader of Team Diamond Elite. And one of something that I really excel in with my paparazzi business is recruiting. And I'm going to talk to you guys a little bit about that, how I do that, and some tips and tricks to help you out in your recruiting efforts as well. So the first thing that I want to stress is you have to be seen. You have to be putting yourself out there. So whether it's through Facebook Live, whether it's through doing events, whether it's through donating jewelry to a like giveaway where, you know, what do you call it a fundraiser. So get yourself out there as much as possible. People want to see you. If they're familiar with you, they're more likely to join your team, okay? You can't just hide behind an album sale in your VIP group or your Facebook timeline all the time. And with that being said, when you're on Facebook, take a look at your own timeline. If you're running your business on Facebook, take a look at your timeline, take a look at your business page, your VIP group. Are you there? Do people know what you look like? Do they know what your daily life looks like? You have to get people familiar with you and comfortable with you in order for them to join your team. So make sure you're being seen. Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, everywhere, okay? Even if you're not running your business on Instagram or Facebook or wherever, just make sure that you are out there so people can find you, all right? So I'm just reading my notes down here. So when you're, so you also need to let people know that this business is available to them. Maybe it doesn't ever enter their mind because you've never mentioned it. So when you're when you're doing events, when you're doing live shows, make sure that if it's an event, you have something to give people, or you have like a little board that says, have you ever thought about starting your own jewelry business? And then have information to give them. If you're doing a live show, talk about the business during your live shows. Let people know that it's available for them, and then have something to give them. Be proactive instead of reactive. So instead of somebody asking you for information and then going to your sponsor and going, oh my God, somebody's asking me for information. What do I tell them? What do I give them? Have something prepared so that you can send them that information as soon as possible. It can be like a little packet of information that you email. I personally have a separate website where I have like team training and joining information on there. So I will send people to that website and send them the packet. All right, so be proactive and reactive. Have something prepared to give to people when they ask you for information, all right? And then the magic words. Everybody says, what do I say to people? How do I get people who have asked for information off the fence and onto my team? The magic words are, you will never be alone in this business. This is the #1 thing that I have found out from people is they're scared because they don't want to get into the business and not know what they're doing. They don't want to be alone. They're afraid that their sponsor's just never going to talk to them again. They don't know how they're going to learn. So you have to tell them, you'll never be alone in this business. I'm here to support you. We have a team training website. We have a Facebook group. I do trainings on YouTube. And so you have to make them comfortable with the fact that they're starting a business. And they need to feel confident that you're going to be able to help them if they have struggles, help them if they have questions. And then my last big tip, some of you guys are going to kill me for saying this, YouTube videos. I don't actively recruit, I guess you could say. Like, I don't go out and reach out to people. all my team members have come to me, and I've done it through YouTube videos and from being visible on Facebook and Instagram. So those are my big top tips for recruiting, all right?
Okay, that was awesome. Thanks, Amber.
You're welcome.
I'm taking notes.
Okay.
Valerie is too. Shelly, are you ready?
Yay! Am I unmuted?
You are unmuted. Go ahead.
Okay, great. All right, thank you. So first of all, I just want to say that I love Amber, and just hearing what she had to say was eye-opening for me. That taught me, I just now, in that minute and a half or however long she was on it, went by so fast because it was all so good and so fun. I felt like I learned more in that little nugget of information than I have in a long time. That was awesome. I appreciate it very much. So I'm Shelly Ramsey. I'm a Maven A-lister with Paparazzi. I've been with Paparazzi 3.5 years, almost. It'll be 3.5 in August. So I have, in my personal opinion, my biggest tip for recruiting is this. It plays off a little bit of what Amber said about being visible, but it just takes it a little step further. You have to form relationships with people. You can't just be on Facebook and never speak to anybody and expect them to just see you and look at you and be ready to jump on board with you. You have to be a friend. You can't hope and expect and demand interaction from other people if you're not interacting with them first. So, and that's for a couple of different reasons. For one thing, you signed up on purpose and you hit the submit button and you paid $99 or $2.99 or $4.99 to join Paparazzi. You did that of your own free will. And a lot of people then in turn believe that once they do that, the people on their friends list on Facebook or their people that are their neighbors, their circle of influence has somehow also in turn automatically signed up to be their customer. And that's selfish and foolish. They didn't sign up to be your customer. You signed up to be their paparazzi representative. You signed up to be their jewelry girl or their jewelry gent. They didn't sign up to be your customer. They had no idea you were going to do this. So if you're thinking, oh, nobody buys from me, now my friends don't support me, the people on my timeline don't pay attention to me, my neighbor hasn't bought a thing from me, my family doesn't support me, well, how active are you in their life? How good of a friend are you to them? Do you notice that somebody's mother has been in the hospital and you go on their timeline and you say, I saw where your mom was in the hospital. Give me an update. How's she doing? Do y'all need anything? Can I bring you some lunch up there one day? What can I do to help you? And you form meaningful, real relationships with people you should have already formed meaningful, real relationships with. Life gets busy, and especially after we have kids, things fall off because our priorities are so different. But you have to make a concerted effort as a Paparazzi independent consultant to get on board and become a better friend and be more active in people's lives if you want them to be active in your life, which you do. This business is built on friendship. It's built on relationship. It's built on you caring about other people. When I suggest this to you, I'm not saying this needs to be fake. If you're going to be fake, if you don't love these people you're forming a relationship with, if you're not interested in them, if you don't have compassion for them, if you don't care about their life, then you don't need to be commenting on anything they do. Those are not your customers. Those are not your potential teammates. Those are not anybody that you need to be wasting your time with. You need to be doing this with people you care about, people you're interested in, people you've met that you feel like you have a connection with. This goes for customers and consultants because your best consultants are going to be your customers. So this is how you get consultants and customers both. You to expect someone to interact with you, you must interact with them first. That helps your Facebook algorithm and it helps your personal relationships with human beings. That's my top tip. Thank you.
Holy cow, Shelly. That was good.
Thank you.
Thank you. Oh my gosh. Val, you ready?
Yeah, I mean, how do you come after that? Like, how do you go after that. But I mean, that was some really good stuff. I mean, even just, I think people think that, you know, once you hit elite, you're immune to like all the advice and training, and you're not at all. Like, I've already learned so much from Amber, from Shelley. She was writing that and I was making lists. You know what? One of my girls just had a baby. I want to send her some flowers. I know one of my team members' husbands is battling cancer. I need to reach out. You know, you're so right. We get caught up in this is our business, and boom, automatically you're supposed to be a part of it. And that was some truth serum right there. It was really good. Anyway, so my name is Valerie, and I'm a fashionista with Paparazzi Accessories. And I started October 2016. I think me and Amber started right about the same time. Yes. I said, let's see. What else did y'all say? I was like, well, I got to do all that. That's really good. So basically, you know, I've shared my story a lot with some of the other teams, and it still is the same. So that, you know, it is what it is. But for me, what has helped me and my team in getting new business partners was getting over our fear of hearing no. Mm-hmm. I think that a lot of times we go through our phone list, we scroll through the messenger list, or we go through our contact list, and we go ahead and we decide for people, oh, I'm not going to talk to her. She's not interested in this, or, oh, they're well off. They don't need them extra money. But that's not for us to decide. That's a little bit selfish that you would keep something like this that could be huge, you know, a huge financial freedom for somebody because you're too afraid to say something. I tell my team all the time, how dare you make that decision for somebody else? That's not for you to make. So I go hard with the 35 no's. I drill it all the time with my team. I ask them to go through their phone list, go through their contact list, and get those 35 no's. And you don't stop until you actually have 35 physical no's. Not maybe, not, later on or something. If someone says maybe or later on, you better be following up. That's a maybe, that's a later on. That is not a hard no. That doesn't go on the no list. And you keep doing that until you get those 35 no's. And then once you get the 35 no's, guess what? Do it again. It doesn't stop. It's not something that you do 1 year and then you get to whatever rank you want and then you just ride this wave. If you do that, the wave's gonna fizzle out. You got to keep working at it. I think that's one of the biggest things. And then the other thing for me that I've been doing a lot recently, when I moved here, when I joined Paparazzi, I was new. I was new to the area. I just moved here and I didn't know anybody. But then I started thinking, I was like, wow, I have so many people here in my local area. How did that happen? I was brand new, like within months of being here. And I think it's really important that people, especially because I know we have a lot of stay-at-home moms on our teams, or maybe people that work from home or whatever. So it's hard to get out and meet new people. And so you're always like, well, how do I get new customers? How do I get new people on my team? You need to get out in your community. Just like Amber was saying, you got to get out in front of people. I joined the PTA. My kids are in sports. My church, I joined a gym to get healthy and fitness. And these were all organic, natural relationships that I'm starting to form with people. But then in turn, they're seeing, oh, this girl, this is what she does. And honestly, I can tell you, like right now, I have a lot of girls in the neighborhood and a lot of girls from the gym that are buying from me. They don't know what I'm elite. They don't even know what that means, what that concept is. It doesn't matter to them. All they know is I sell cute $5 jewelry and they want to be a part of it. So I think it's really important to continue. That's one of the questions I get the most is like, well, how do I grow my customer base? How do I grow my team? You've got to continue to get yourself out there and to be organic in those relationships so they form naturally and people just want to be a part. Because all this posting on Facebook, these I don't even know what to call it. Some of these graphics that I see that are just cheesy, that join my team, that doesn't work. No, stop it. Stop posting those. If anything, it makes people be like, ooh, I'm going to avoid her when I see her because she might try to jump on me. Just be natural about it. And I think people appreciate that genuineness and that just that you're a normal person still. That's it.
That's a lot. Thank you. Who was next? I'm sorry. DeeDee, you ready?
Yeah.
Yay! Go ahead.
Okay. Well, thank you for inviting me to participate in this today. It's super exciting for me. I've never done anything like this, so it's pretty cool. Um, my name is DeeDee Dunbar. My husband, Troy, is actually the consultant. He's who signed up to do this. It's a little bit different situation, and I'm so thankful. In the beginning, I didn't want to build a team. I didn't want to do the jewelry. I didn't want anything to do with it. But he wanted to make money from home, and he knew I would love it. And he was right. And I think one of the biggest reasons why we were so successful at building a team as quickly as we did is because people that knew me, my true friends, my family that, followed me on Facebook, all of a sudden they see me with a smile on my face, looking pretty, looking the part. You got to be the jewelry lady. You got to be a product of the product. And when I went live and started showing the jewelry, my friends were like, oh my goodness, you look 10 years younger. And you had all these great compliments. Well, that makes you feel good inside. And when you feel good inside, it shows, it glows, and then your passion begins to show, and then other people just watch what you're doing, and they're like, oh my gosh, I want to do what she's doing. This is so cool. She's having so much fun. I want to do what she's doing. So I really think your passion is contagious, and the way you present yourself is contagious. So you don't always have to come off like, hey, I'm building a team and I'm going to do this. You let them see you developing into something amazing and exciting. And then when you just mention, hey, you could do this too, they're like, could I really do that? Well, yeah, you could do what I'm doing. And so I think that definitely, like everyone has said, relationships are the key to the business in general. Building those relationships and building those trust. You have to have trust with people for them to buy from you or for them to join you, to become a business partner on your team. It has to start somewhere, and you have to have a good relationship, and you have to have that trust. I feel like of course, I've never done YouTube videos like Amber, but I did pinky promise that I am going to start doing YouTube videos, because a lot of people were like, I didn't know you did this. I didn't know, in person, when people meet me, I'm like, oh my gosh, you've got to do this. This is the most amazing company. And I'm a paparazzi consultant, and I explode with excitement because paparazzi has given me a second chance at life that I didn't have before. And I'm not afraid to share that with anyone. I open my mouth and talk to everyone. We went out for Cinco de Mayo to eat lunch, and I had a bling bag with me, and I wore jewelry that was eye-catching, so I knew people would ask me about my jewelry. And then I had a chance to talk to them about their jewelry, which opened up. Well, yes, I work for an amazing company. It's called Paparazzi. Have you ever heard of it? Well, no. Well, I'm an entrepreneur. I am an independent consultant with the company. And you can get started for as little as $99 and, do that. But the only thing with it is you've got to get out of the minimum wage work ethic mindset. If you're working for someone else, they are paying you what they think you're worth. But if you work for yourself, you can earn what you think you're worth. So if you think you're worth an extra $100 a week, that's how much work you want to put into it. And then I think those wheels get to rolling, and then they ask more questions. And so it's not just like, bam, you ought to join my team. It's like, hey, do you want to, if you want to make some extra money, this is a great company. And then I kind of leave it in their ballpark. But I ask them to be friends with me on Facebook and, contact each other back and forth. And then I might say, hey, have you given any thought to becoming a business partner with me? I'm looking to add some new business partners to my team. And just wondering if you'd thought any more about it. There's always important to follow up, because when people do say no, that doesn't mean no right now. That just means, I mean, it means no right now. It doesn't mean no forever. You know, some people that are on my team, they would order so much jewelry, my customers. I'd be like, if you love jewelry that much, you have got to start doing what I'm doing. Can you imagine, guys? I am making money from home, from my phone, while I'm hanging out with you guys, you know? And if you want to learn how to do it, send me a private message. I'll be happy to, you know, to train you. And don't be worried if we're in different states. That's the amazing thing about Facebook or Instagram. Even if you're from Pittsburgh and you're interested, we can do video chats. We can do training. I have a team where there's a huge support of other women that are doing the same thing. So there will always be somebody there that can help answer questions and help guide you through this. You don't have to be in person sitting right next to me to learn and to get what you need out of the company. So I don't know. I think most of mine is allowing them to watch and see that I'm living my best life. And the box of jewelry didn't change my life, but what I did with that box of jewelry is what continues to change my life.
Oh, I love your story. I love your story. It makes me teary every time I hear it.
Sometimes I'm embarrassed to share it because I went in kicking and screaming, and I felt like he was pushing me in the stroller, and he had his sneakers on. He was ready to run and go crazy, and I was in the stroller, you know, crying like a baby. And here I am now. I've got my sneakers on, and we need 2 strollers so we can just bring everybody with us, you know. But I can't sometimes hide how excited I am or how thankful I am that we were given this opportunity. So if you aren't sharing the opportunity, if you're a brand new consultant, you're like, I'm new, I want to learn how to do this first. Get that out of your mind. If you're brand new, you need to say, hey guys, I'm just starting this business. And now is the perfect time. If you've been thinking about doing something, you ought to join with me right now, and we can learn this together and grow together. Don't feel like you have to be at a certain level to start building your team. Start building your team from day one, because if you're not, you're being selfish. You're not giving somebody else the opportunity to start living their best life.
Yes, amen. Amen.
I get excited.
We're all behind the camera going, amen. Oh, that was good stuff. So, DeeDee, Angie or Shannon? Who's next? Shannon. Look at you.
I didn't know how to reply to you.
That's okay.
Oh my gosh.
Go ahead, my friend.
I don't know how I'm going to follow up to those 4 rock stars. I mean, seriously, this is amazing. So I'll just start by introducing myself. I'm Shannan Holland. I'm fashionista with Paparazzi, and I have a fabulous team. And my story is a little different from everybody else's. I'm probably the veteran in the group because I joined in March of 2013. So I've been around for a long time. My biggest mistake in my first 3 years with Paparazzi was being timid. I know if you've met me, you probably wouldn't ever think that I was timid, but I am a little shy at times. And Paparazzi was very new, so we didn't have this community that we have now, which I think is amazing. So I had to really just, my turning point in my business was when I got brave enough to attend a Paparazzi event alone. But I did meet some people along the way that kind of helped me overcome that fear of going alone. So, but the thing that I would just recommend to everybody, and I say this to my team all the time, is open your mouth. Be excited about this business. Wear the jewelry. Wearing the jewelry is the easiest in with anybody. I mean, who's not going to say, oh, I love your cute little earrings. Oh, okay. Well, let me just give you a pair. Or this is $5 jewelry. Let's be friends on Facebook. So, you know, pull out your phone, friend them on Facebook right then. Get them in your network so they can join in the excitement with you. Lifestyle post, I agree with Valerie. Lifestyle posts work so much better than these join my team posts. People, I mean, I'm guilty. I see all these direct sales on Facebook and I scroll right by them, which, you know, I think mine is the best. So that's a lot of the reason I scroll by them. But other people have the same opinion about us, I'm sure. So we have to share those lifestyle posts, get people interested. I love them making relationships. I mean, my best friends have come from paparazzi in the last few years. So get to know your customers, know when it's their birthday, know, you know, what they like, what they don't like. If you have a piece of jewelry that you know that a certain person's going to like it, shoot it to them. Be their stylist, and eventually they're going to want to be their own stylist. You know, when you have a customer picking up $100 worth of jewelry a week, throw that comment in there, man, you've done bought 5 kits. I mean, in the last 2 months, you've paid for the large starter kit that has a convention ticket in it, so you could be going to Vegas with us. So I just really think that conversation, learning your customers, making new friends. I carry little blessing bags around with me everywhere I go. So I leave them when I go in the restaurants. I give them to the bank tellers. You know, I go in a convenience store. The little checkout girl liked my earrings, so I pulled out a blessing bag and gave it to her and said, "Here, I sell $5 jewelry." You know, even if those people never order from you, you never hear from them again, you've planted that seed. You never know when she might be down on her luck and she pulls out a glove compartment and there's my card and she calls you. I mean, you just never know. So you just can't discount giving away free jewelry. We get free jewelry when we order. We are blessed by Paparazzi with amazing hostess rewards. We need to turn around and bless others, and in turn, they may be your new team member. You just don't ever know. So, you know, the other 4 have really summed up the beauty of paparazzi. It is amazing. People love it. And I just think if you share your excitement, you talk to people, you give it away. Listen, my husband's carrying my elite backpack that I just got. He crammed all his work stuff in it. And I was like, okay, so if you're taking my backpack, you're taking my my business cards, which he carried my business cards anyway, but I loaded him up with blessing bags, and he has been so excited. 3 days this week, he's give out a blessing bag, and he was like, I gave out another one today. So, you know, getting your spouses on board or your significant other, that helps a lot too. That helps spread the word, because they encounter different people than you do on a daily basis. So, you know, involve your children. Make them a part of your business. Like Valerie, she joined the PTO. You know, she's meeting the ladies in her neighborhood. There's so many different ways to sell paparazzi. So just enjoy it, love it, be excited about it, and they will come. They will be drawn to you. Have inventory. That's a huge, huge thing. People are drawn to those that have inventory. So they have all their inventory behind them. Unfortunately, somewhere else, and I wasn't able to do that. But that people are drawn to that, and they get addicted to it. And you know, when they do, just tell them, why would you not want to buy this for $2.75 versus $5 plus tax and shipping in some cases? So just enjoy it, love it, share it, and they will come. They will come. The people that you least expect will join you when because of your lifestyle. So that's all.
Well, that was good. And I'm going to talk about the blessing bags for 1 second. I gave out one more than 2 years ago. I got an email today. I found your card with that piece of jewelry you gave me. I want to know more.
Yes.
Give them away.
Okay, give them away. You know, if anything else, bless them.
Mm-hmm.
Bless them. It will come back to you eventually. Maybe not from that exact person, but it will come back to you through somebody along the way. So I'm a firm believer in those blessing bags. I love them.
Me too. Oh, thank you, Shannon. Angie, you ready?
Yes.
All right.
Yes. Hey, guys. I'm Angie Ballard. I am fashionista with Paparazzi Accessories. I've been here 3.5 years. Shelley and I signed together. I was her first teammate. Her and I have been best friends since we were 10 years old. So we were lucky to have one another in this business. So, and I do want to say something about what Shannon was just saying, and you too, Ericka. When you give a piece of jewelry away, it's like you feel so much better, and you can make somebody's day better with a $5 piece of jewelry. And when you get that feeling in you, it's a feeling. This business is a feeling that overcomes you. It takes you over, and people can see you. I was circling the drain. This was my lifeline and my way out. I turned to drugs and alcohol, and that's why this is what turned my business and what my recruiting went off the charts. I mean, I shared my ugly truths and ugly stories. My why was a major turning point in my business. It held me, myself held me back for a very long time. I was afraid I was bothering people. I was ashamed of what I had done and how I was acting prior to this. I was in a car accident, and a major serious car accident. I was internally decapitated and broke my back in 2 places. So I lost everything, independence and all hope, everything. So it put me in a bad place. And it's crazy to think $5 jewelry is going to change your life. But it really is. People like Amber or Val said, it's a feeling, and it's people know DeeDee. My friends started messaging me about 6, 7, 8 months into this, and they could see the transformation physically in my face, and what this was doing for me. And sharing my story and sharing my why, getting out of my own head, getting out of my own way, not worrying about what other people thought of me or said about me or how they judged me. Getting that out of my head, sharing my story, all the ugly truths, is the best thing I ever did for myself and my business. It made me a better person. It attracted, there's someone out there, and your story doesn't have to be as crazy as my story, but somebody needs to hear your story that day. Somebody needs to hear it. There's a housewife who is feeling like she's drowning, like she's lost herself because she's engulfed in her husband and her kids' lives and soccer and baseball. She has nothing else. And she wants something on her own. That's a story. And I promise there's so many women out there that need to hear that. You make it, that's a real, honest connection with somebody. And this is built on true connections. You have to take this business seriously before anyone else will take you seriously. You must do that. And you have to do that by being the jewelry lady, not the sometimes jewelry lady. Oh, I might do this day and I might do that this day. No, you have to make a decision. The first step in this business is a decision. Make that decision. I'm doing this. I don't care what those naysayers and those haters and those doubters say about me. I don't care. Blinders on, laser focus. Put them in the back. Put them in the back. Look, don't even care what they're saying. I don't care. I get cold chills talking about this because this is a feeling that this does. What this did for my life, if you would just open up and share your why, suck it up and do it, and just share it, it will change your life. Look at my notes. I get excited. I am very shy. I have a huge phobia of speaking. Huge. That's why I'm rattling on a little bit. And my first live, I puked. I puked. Shelley and I wrote the SOS plan, and we do little commercials. And I puked. I threw up after 10 minutes. I was red. I was stuttering. I couldn't form a sentence. So everybody goes through that. Everybody goes through that with your lives. Going live is the best way to get to reach the masses and to share your business and this gift. I feel like this is a gift. It's an opportunity, but it's a gift. It's an honest to God gift that we could give. I have a way of offering someone to change their life on their own terms and in their own way. It's not a handout they're taking from anyone else. They can do it themselves. If they make their mind up and make that decision and just do it. Shannon said inventory. Inventory is huge. You know why inventory? It goes right back to, you have to take this business seriously. And if you're not taking it seriously, then you're not the jewelry lady and you don't have that inventory when the people are calling and wanting it. They're going to go right on down to the next lady who has a pile of inventory. I promise you that. You got to take it seriously. When I started, I literally, $5 to me, I was just walking, getting back up, I didn't have a car, I didn't have a house, I didn't have anything. $5 was asking somebody to take me to McDonald's to get a McDouble. I know the sacrifice. I've been there. It is hard, but it's a sacrifice in that decision, again, that you have to make. And once you start doing this, I'm getting off recruiting. Once you start doing this and you open up, that right there is a natural, organic attraction to you. You're real. People can relate to you, and they're drawn to that. They're not drawn to fake. They'll see right through it, and they'll go right on down the road. Be real, be genuine. Share your faults, share your mistakes. People connect to that. That's the biggest tip I can give you. So make connections and be honest with people. Be upfront. People see through fake. So that's it, I guess.
You did great.
Thank you.
You survived. I'm so proud of you.
I survived. I'm a little red, but I survived.
You did just fine. Thank you. Oh, and somehow or another, I ended up going last. So, okay. I am Ericka Champion Wise. I am a fashionista. I have been in since 2013. Shannon, you beat me by just a few months. I am one of the OGs in paparazzi, and I like it sometimes, and sometimes I don't. It is what it is. So we've covered a lot today. I've got 3 pages of notes so far. I'm gonna watch the replay and get some more. But my tips start back at the beginning. Paparazzi Accessories, long before it was ever a direct sales company, was a sales company. And when I began, it was so young that is what was pushed. We were pushed to sell. That is where everything began. And it changed a little bit over the years as we just exploded. And I want to encourage you to go back to our roots. Go back to where we started. Go back to selling jewelry. Our founders created a direct sales company because they were selling so much jewelry. People were like, excuse me, I need to know what you are doing here. And you need to hook me up so I can make some money and change my life. And that's where it all started. Listen, if it worked back then, it still works now. All these women will tell you that when they're selling jewelry and people are watching the comments going sold, 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 or you're out at an event and you're just exchanging dollars for bling, people are watching you going, excuse me, I need to know what you are doing here. They're watching you. People are watching you. But if you're not selling, there's nothing to watch. You have to be actually out physically selling this jewelry. You can sell it on Facebook. You can sell it at parties. You can sell it in an album sale. You can sell it at events. You can sell it in your front yard sale style. There's a bajillion and 3 ways to sell this jewelry, and you need to be using all of them. I hear so often, oh, I can't sell. And I ask the person, well, how do you sell it? Oh, well, I did a Facebook party yesterday. That's it. You have to do more than that. There's more than just Facebook. You have to do all of it. And that's what I teach my team is be versatile. Think outside the box. Do everything and do it more than once. Just because you went live today and you sold 1 piece doesn't mean if you go live tomorrow, you won't sell 10 pieces. Just because you had a home party today that no one showed up to, and we've all been there, and we'll all be there again, have another one. 2 people will show up to that one, and they might spend $100 each because it's their first time ever seeing paparazzi, and they're like, holy crap, I need all of it. You just don't know. But if you sit in your little house and you're just like, no one wants what I have to offer. No, of course they don't. No, they don't even know you have it. So you have to be out there selling it because here's the thing. 97% of us started as customers. You want to know where I found Paparazzi? At an event. It was a terrible, crappy, awful event. I lost money. And I had a partner with me, and we shared the fee, and we still lost money. But that paparazzi girl, very shy, over in the corner with her cute little display, was taking money hand over fist that day when there was no one there to take money from. Some of it was mine, okay? I was a customer first. We start out as customers. How are you going to have customers if you're not selling the jewelry? Customers become hostesses, become consultants. The best consultants started as customers because we fell in love with it first. But if you're not selling jewelry, you have no customers. You must get your butt out there and sell some jewelry and sell every way you can. Then you've got to do that follow-up. DeeDee talked about it. This was definitely on my list. Follow-up is required. You are not going to have an Ericka. I saw it one day, signed up that night. Very few people are going to do this. Like, nobody's going to do this. That follow-up is required. And if you feel like you're being a pushy pain in the butt about it, maybe you change your techniques. Because if you are doing what all of these other women have said and you're building that relationship with them, there's no room for feeling pushy. If you are truly being that friend, if you're truly offering the gift that Angie mentioned and knowing that this has changed your life, and girl, I can't keep my mouth shut. I got to remind you about how amazing this is and you need to just come on. It's fabulous. That's not being pushy. That's being a friend. That's that relationship piece that is so important. But you have to do the follow-up. Life gets busy. The kid gets sick. The dog runs away. Life. Right? To all of us, life happens. And think about you. Someone followed up with you, probably, at least once. You need to pay that forward to someone else and follow up with them. And then the last thing that I have was talk about the opportunity while you're selling. If you're at an event, someone mentioned earlier, Amber did, have something to give them. I don't care if it's an 8x10 sheet of paper from Microsoft Word with what is paparazzi on it. Give it to them with your contact information on them. If you are live, my husband is the king of this because I get so busy selling and chatting with my friends, I forget. But he's the king of this. Like, y'all, we love what we do. We've been doing this for almost 6 years. Come on over here and do this with us. You can't go, like, he's talking about the opportunity while we're selling. If I'm doing an album sale, I always put in graphics about the opportunity, and I talk with my hostesses about the opportunity. I follow up with every hostess and say, you sold 100 pieces during this party. Sister, you did the work. I just put up the pictures and that's all we did here. Think about 100 times 5, how much that would have been in sales for you. And they all kind of sit there like, oh, yes, but you have to talk to them about it. And one thing that I like to do is in my orders that ship out, if I know you're not a consultant, because some people I don't know, I put in information about the opportunity, every order. And I don't care if you've been my customer for 5 years, you're still going to get information about the opportunity because today might be your day. Or you might share it with someone else, or you might throw it away. That's okay. I'm still doing my part. And that's the last thing I want to leave you with. The only person you can control is you. You can't control when DeeDee signs up. You can't control when Shannon signs up. You can't control when Val signs up. But what you can do is your job. And your job is to sell your jewelry, to talk about the opportunity, to grow the relationships and do the follow-up. If you're doing everything that you know you're supposed to do, go to bed and sleep well. Because it's on their time when they sign up. And their life will change and they will come and sign up. Or maybe they won't. But then there's somebody else out there who needs you to be sharing that gift. Don't hang all your dreams on one person. There's thousands of people who live in your neighborhood, not to mention the entire United States and all of our territories. Don't hang your dreams on one person. Get yourself out there and talk to everybody. You can do this so much. And so that is all that I have today. Anybody else have any last minutes? Oh my gosh, I got to tell you this kind of stuff. Unmute yourself and go. Go, DeeDee, go.
I just wanted to say, after you were talking about that, having hostesses is so imperative, not only to your business to keep it growing and developing and adding new customers, building relationships. But if you train a hostess how to be a great hostess, you are already training them how to be an excellent consultant, because you are teaching them to invite, you're teaching them to promote, you're teaching them all of those skills, the follow-up. Did you invite them again? Did you? And you have good contact with them. Then when it becomes party time, I set up a group page for my hostess and say, invite your friends. You need to go live in this group so your friends can see what you're doing. And then at the end of it, you've got their group page with all of their friends in it. They've already done that. At the end, you can say, see, you are ready to become a consultant. You already have your group page. You already know how it goes. And I think by showing them how easy it actually is to be a consultant, they're like, hey, I could do this. So you're actually building up confidence as you're building your business, and you're building up confidence in them because you are right there every step of the way. But having hostess, I tell my team, have 8 parties a month, but 4 of them have to have hostesses. Have hostesses. It is so important to building your business.
Go back around. This goes exactly with what DeeDee just said. So when I talked about doing the 35 no's, I realized I probably didn't go into good enough detail. You know, I was nervous, whatever. But anyways, when I first did my 35 no's, it was February 2017. It was only a couple of months after I had joined. I thought to myself, oh, this is easy. Literally, the person who challenged me, she's like, go for the 35. And in my mind, I thought, I'll be right back. Give me 15 minutes. I'm going to go message my 45 people. And I did 10 more. I was like, I'm going to do 10 more because just in case somebody says yes, you know. And I really thought it was going to be no. But I was too scared to go for the no for joining my team. I asked people to host a party because I felt like if I can get people to host a party, if I can get them in front of me, I've got a little charisma, I got a little charm, I can maybe do the rest. I just had to get people in front of me. And so that's what I did. It was February. I remember like it was yesterday. I was a travel nurse for jails. Like nobody wants to do that, but that's what I did. And I sat there and I was in Asheville, North Carolina, traveling. And I sat there in a resort and I was like, as my kids were playing in the pool. And I was like, okay. And I messaged 45 people and I did a really genuine message. And, you know, it was, hey, how you doing? You know, can you help me out? I'm looking to have some hostesses. And I put my phone down and I started playing with my kids or whatever. And I looked at my phone like 15 minutes later and it was like, sure, why not? Sure, why not? Yeah, I could do that. Well, right now is not a good time, but maybe in 2 weeks. And it was like, oh my gosh, if you actually put yourself out there, people say yes. I was blown away. And so what happened was I wasn't prepared for all these yeses, right? And then what happened was I started getting all these hostesses. Now, up until that point, I had just been doing Facebook Live. I didn't have any hostesses. I didn't do all that. I was just like, this is Christmas time. I'm going Facebook Live. I'm showing my jewelry and I'm sell. But then I was like, well, I've got all of my customers, but I need new customers. So how do you do that? Okay, this little go for the no thing might work. And so what I found was I booked my February solid. I was partying every single day of the week. And I had a hostess for every single day. And when I have a hostess, I was like gaining 10, 15, 20 new customers a party. And then what happens? I was getting hostesses from those parties and it just spread like wildflower. And then people were like, just like, well, hold on a second. Listen, let me tell you something. When people start counting your coins, and then when you get a message at the end of your show, and you're like, oh, hold on a second, you just sold 100 pieces. That's $5, and you just made $275 or $225. I don't know if I did the math right, but when people are coming to you telling you how much you made, strike while the iron's hot because you know you're in the right business. And I know that all y'all are shaking your head because you know it's happened to all of us. And so So if you're a little scared about going for the no, you're a little scared about actually being like, will you join my team? Go for the no with a hostess, because a hostess will be watching and she'll be earning free jewelry. And I just tell my hostesses, thank you so much. I just made, and I tell her how much I made. There's no shame in my game. I let her know, because of you, I just made $700. Listen, these are your friends. We can do one of two things. I can keep them as a customer, be more than happy to, or you can keep them as a customer because they are already shopping, and trust and believe they're already going to be hooked. So either you can keep them as a customer and make some money, or I'll keep them. Either way, thank you. You know, and people start thinking, you know, like, okay, you know, it's proof. The proof is in the pudding, like they say. You are proving to them this business works. They host a party, they get free jewelry, they see you make money, they see their friends buying it. It's a no-brainer. It's a no-brainer. That's all I got. Thank you.
What Valerie was just saying is, I feel that you got to get it out of your head again. Quit stopping yourself. Share your success stories. $5 is a success. $50 is a success. That's a seed planted every time you post about $5, $10. Because like I started, $5 was everything. It's not that we're bragging. Get that out of your head. Don't let that stop you from posting success stories, your success stories, or permission of someone else's. Post it. It's proof. It's proving over and over and over and over again that this business works. That's what it's doing. When you get a hostess like that, if you don't point that out to them, say, hey, honey, I want that. This is your money. This should be your money. Look at this. That's all I did. I posted pictures. I went live. This should be your money. And I feel bad for taking your money. Really? Come on now. It's common sense. I also wanted to say, I lost it though. The go for no. What I did want to say a second ago, follow-ups. Follow-ups are so important. Planting seeds, I love planting seeds. When you just, during your shows, like Ericka was saying, or maybe Val, say, oh, look how fun, you know, be real, I crawl around on the floor dropping stuff. I can't turn my neck, so I'm dropping stuff all the time. Be real, say, oh, and make a point to say, Lord help, you know, if I can do this, if I can sit here with a bolted down, broke neck, back, this redneck talking thing, you can do this. I'm clumsy. I drop things. I'm awful. Point out your faults. I do. Let them know that you can do this. Do the follow-up. It is your job to follow up. It is not the potential's job to follow up with you. It's your job to follow up, not theirs. So that was it.
Valerie says the fortune is in the follow-up. It's where it is. That's where you make the money. All right, my friends. Oh, I'm ready. Let's go work. I'm ready to go to work now. Thank you all for taking this time. I am so grateful for you. We will have more of these. Yes? Yes. So have an awesome afternoon. Thank you.